Welcome to my channel, everybody. Today we are going to talk about the Charlie Kirk case, in particular about Tyler Robinson. Now, before I start this video, I just want to say that I'm not the biggest fan of Charlie Kirk. I disagree with him on a lot of stuff. I do agree with him on a couple of stuff, but for the most part, I disagree with him. But today it's not about the differing opinions I have with him. It's more about this assassination case. I find this case to be really intriguing. In particular about Tyler Robinson, I feel like Tyler Robinson is innocent and he was being put there as a patsy. So let's start this video. Oh, and before that, I just want to remind you all to subscribe to my channel. If you like my content, do subscribe. Do subscribe. And I'm going to cover a lot on international politics, not just American politics, international politics in the future. So let's get right into it. Okay, first I want to talk about this video about Tyler Robinson. Supposedly Tyler Robinson climbing down the roof, because I don't believe this is actually Tyler Robinson. But for the sake of argument, let's just say this is really Tyler Robinson. Let's just see the video first. So we have here, before that we have here, this is the video of him on the roof, supposedly just a few seconds after he shot Charlie Kirk. Okay, so you can see he's running on the roof. 1 second, he's running. There he is. He's going down the roof. Okay, 1 second. I just want to go back and can you guys 1 second. Okay, look at it. Look at this. Look at this shape. Now tell me, does that looks like a rifle to you? I mean, like, it bends. Whatever it is, it bends, you know. To me, that doesn't look like a rifle. And we were told that he held his rifle. He shot Charlie Kirk on this roof, and then he held his rifle and threw it away in some bush, right? So by that logic, he must have had that rifle from the roof and then jumps and then throw it in a bush, right? So he must be holding a rifle here, right? But to me, this doesn't look like a rifle to me. I mean, like, how can a rifle bend, right? Let's continue. Okay. So look at this. He is jumping and 1 second. Look at that. Look at how that thing that he is holding, look at it. It's bending, right? Like, to me, if he is holding a rifle and then he jumps and that thing hit the ground, to me it doesn't make sense that he wouldn't lose his grip. Do you agree or not? I mean, like, if that is really a rifle, that at the time he jumped and he hits the ground and the rifle also hit the ground, based on this video, then the rifle would have jumped out of his hand, right? Anyway, let's continue. And then, yeah, just look at this. Like that thing is like flailing around, is moving around. It doesn't look like a physical rifle. I mean, like, to me, it looks like a jacket, right? Yeah, look at it. And then there's some theory out there I've seen on X. There is a theory that people saying that, well, he is hiding the rifle with a towel. But if you look at it closely, look at it. If there really is a rifle and he's hiding it with a towel, I mean, like, common sense would say that at some point you would have still seen the rifle, but you don't see any rifle pointing out of the towel at all, right? Yeah, you can't see any trace of a rifle at all. So I think the theory doesn't make sense at all. Also seen some theory out there on X, formerly known as Twitter. Some people are saying that he probably disassembled the rifle while he was on the roof. But that doesn't make any sense at all because he ran after shooting Charlie Kirk, a mere seconds after shooting Charlie Kirk. And to disassemble this type of rifle, even if you are a pro, it takes at least 10 to 15 minutes to disassemble the rifle. But we can see from the video, and it has been confirmed, by the way, that he runs a mere second after shooting Charlie Kirk. So, but and then we were also told that he ran into some bush, and then he drops his rifle into some bush. This is the picture of the actual rifle. This rifle to me looks like it has been reassembled. So the idea that first he shoot Charlie Kirk and then he disassembled the rifle, put it in his backpack, jump off the building, ran into some bush, and then reassemble the rifle. Like, does that make any sense? Doesn't make any sense at all. And then I also want to talk about this sworn affidavit, which has been there's a statement made by Governor Cox, which is the Utah, governor of Utah, and it is made based. The statement is made based on a sworn affidavit. By the way, it is said that Tyler Robinson changes his clothes on the roof. Well, we know that is not true because there's a footage of him the building wearing the same outfit. I mean, like the initial claim made by authority is that he came to the campus wearing shorts and entered the building wearing shorts, and then he changed into this particular outfit on the roof. But that also doesn't make sense because based on this footage, this is the official footage, by the way, provided by the FBI, and we can see that here he enters the building wearing the same outfit, right? There's no shorts here. He is wearing long jeans. I mean, like, why on earth is the authority lying about it? Why are they saying that he changed his shirt on the roof when he clearly didn't? I mean, like, this couldn't be a footage of him. Second. This couldn't be a footage of him uh, exiting the building because we saw from the footage that the way he exits from the building is by jumping off the roof, right? So this must be him entering the building and then went up the roof. So that also doesn't make any sense to me. And then also I want to share with you guys this theory made by Dad in the Flash. Shout out to you. Thank you for sharing this. Now, if you can see here, the person that they claim from the footage is Tyler Robinson, supposedly is Tyler Robinson. You can see that he has a weird looking ears, right? It looks a little bit crooked to me. But when we look at Tyler Robinson's ear, it doesn't look crooked to me. It looks like a normal ear. Stumble upon this picture. Now, some people has been claiming that this guy is probably the guy that shoot Charlie Kirk, but we can never tell for sure right now. I mean, like, I want to remind everybody that this is just my theory, okay? I mean, like, this is just my opinion. I'm not saying for a fact that this is the guy, but if you look at his ear, don't you think his ear looks crooked? Don't you think his ear looks deformed? Could he actually be the guy that shoots the no, not that shoots Charlie Kirk, but the guy that was actually on the roof? I mean, like, I don't even think that the guy on the roof shoot Charlie Kirk to begin with, because I've just said that there was no rifle, right? So that doesn't. Uh, I mean, like, there's no rifle on the roof, so that means that he couldn't have shot Charlie Kirk. And then, um, and then there's also, thanks to John Cullen, there's also this footage of UVU. They're doing renovation on the crime scene where Charlie Kirk was shot. I mean, like, this is just a couple of days after the incident. Like, why are you doing renovation on a crime scene? That that seems weird to me. This footage, thanks to Ryan Mata for sharing this. 1 second.
It's all Vegas. She goes by Pia. She sends me a DM.
This is the video.
It's 12:44, right?
This is the
Let's see your seat.
So there's a footage of Tyler Robinson entering a parking lot at a business located just 5 minutes from UVU campus. Now the footage recorded at 12:44 p.m. on September 10th places Robinson at the scene 20 minutes after he allegedly shot Charlie Kirk. So let me get this straight. He supposedly disassembled the rifle and then jumped off the building, ran into some bush, reassembled the rifle, and then went to the parking lot or where he parks his car at UVU, and then drive for like, I don't know, 5 minutes into this parking lot at some mall, I believe. And he did all of that within 20 minutes? Like, how does that make sense? The timeline doesn't make any sense at all. I mean, like, whoever it is on that roof, that wasn't Tyler Robinson. And as I said, I don't even believe that he was the one who shoot Charlie Kirk. Who do you think shoot Charlie Kirk? Well, this is my theory. 1 second. Oh no. What happened here? What happened here? Second. Oh, okay. I get it. Okay. Who do I think shot Charlie Kirk? This is who I think did it. Look at
Oh, if you want security, the Israelis know what they're doing. This is the Israeli company that went and grabbed the. We saw that egg and created the from underneath Charlie. From check the trajectory of.
Okay, look at these guys. Okay, look at these guys.
Yeah, it is. Check the trajectory of the round that was deployed.
Okay, look at it. Look at this shit.
From that lavalier lapel mic. That went directly from Charlie Kirk's lapel. That went directly from underneath Charlie Kirk's white t-shirt up through his neck and created the exit wound that we told you was an exit wound immediately when we saw.
Look at it.
That exit wound.
Look at it. I mean, like, it just makes sense to me that the bullet must have come from inside his shirt. I mean, like, if the bullet comes from outside his shirt, it wouldn't make that effect. The shirt wouldn't have jumped like that, right? And then just to think of it, that the wound, the wound comes from his left side. It is consistent with an exit wound, right? Now this guy who is suggesting this theory, I mean, like, this is coming from Stu Peters. Stu Peters, thanks to Stu Peters, by the way, for this theory. I find this theory to be the most believable. Now he is claiming that it's his microphone, that the bullet comes from the microphone. I mean, like, do you guys remember the pager bombing story in Lebanon? I mean, like, it's very possible that they could make a weapon out of something like a microphone if they can make it with a pager, a bomb out of a pager. I think it's probably true that they could probably make a weapon out of a microphone, right? I mean, like, it's possible. I honestly believe that out of all the theory that I have seen, to me, this is the most believable out of them all. And then I also want to go to this. Okay, so now I want to share with you guys this interview with um this girl Elizabeth Lane. This is from the Redacted show, by the way. Check it out. I love this show. But here we have an interview with Elizabeth Lane, and she's been investigating on this Charlie Kirk case. Let's just listen to her first.
Charged with, a murder that could get him executed in prison, I would probably want a really good lawyer for my son, as a family member. So that was a very big
Wait,
surprise.
Can you clarify something? The family was telling you this, his parents or an intermediary?
We couldn't even get to the family, Clayton. That's another strange thing that we can discuss.
I mean, like, where is his parents? I mean, like, she makes a great point. I mean, like, if it's my son, I would like to have a good lawyer to represent him, right? I mean, like, the parents is not some parents, poor parents. I mean, like, they have a 650,000 Utah home. If I'm not mistaken, it's $650,000. I mean, like, they are quite well to do. They should be able to afford a lawyer, right? And then now people can't even find where the parents are. I mean, like, it's weird. Anyway, let's play first.
I couldn't even get to them. So then my best approach in this situation, as my detective told me to reach out to local firm in Utah and get their help to somehow get the consent, because as a lawyer you can't solicit clients, right? So it's illegal. So you can't just announce yourself that I'm going to represent Tyler Robinson. So I started doing that. So I got into this process and I asked my local lawyer firm, hey, what's the best way to go around here? We need help to get the lawyer from New York who is certified to represent Tyler to get on the case. So he said, whatever you do, Elizabeth, do not get in touch with the firms in Utah that are the most powerful, because they are in on it with the state. No matter what happens, they will take the side of the state. I did not listen to him. And I ended up calling one of the biggest firms in Utah just for just to ask for an advice, what is the situation here? What can we do? So what I got from there, Clayton and Natalie, will shock you. First and foremost, they started screaming on the phone, and I was like, why do you even care? You don't have a dog in this fight. Why are you so rude on the phone? So then I said, listen, there is a lawyer who's qualified, and he's actually very famous in New York, wants to represent this kid. All I need is a consent from Tyler Robinson to do so, and we think that you can help. To this, I got a very rude response that only SCORDIS is allowed to represent is allowed to find a representation for Tyler Robinson. Well, let me tell you who SCORDIS is. So SCORDIS is a guy who's running as a state prosecutor. So here's the problem with that. State prosecutor cannot be responsible to find a lawyer for a defendant. That's illegal.
So, right, that they're choosing their own opponent.
Yeah, that's
Like, what the F? I mean, like, this is a kangaroo court at the end of the day. I mean, like, if what Elizabeth Lane is saying is true, then this is actually a kangaroo court. I mean, like, choosing your own opponent, it's obvious that they don't want a fair trial for Tyler Robinson. It's obvious that they want him to go to prison, and most probably they want him to get executed. I mean, like, it's a joke at this point, and I also want to share it with you guys. This clip of Candace Owens. 1 second.
Is that the photo? The family says that the photo of the young man that is coming up the stairs, which was shared, that blurry image, is definitively not Tyler Robinson. And let me just say, I never thought it looked like him. Neither did you. Okay. Face looks different. Face looks more narrow. Also, that person looks taller. Every time I see, I'm like, this person is taller than Tyler Robinson. Tyler Robinson also appears to have full lips, even though this image is blurry. We're not looking for someone that got fuller lips, and Tyler Robinson looks broader. That
Candace is right. Tyler Robinson definitely looks more muscular than the other guy. I mean, like for someone who is his age, Tyler Robinson looks pretty muscular to me. The other guy looks like he's very thin. You know, I don't know, guys. I don't feel like they are the same person. But anyway, what Candace is trying to say here is actually that a family member of Tyler Robinson, not his parents, but a family member of Tyler Robinson, get in touch with Candace, and they said that the parents never thought that he was the shooter. I mean, like the parents never thought that he was the guy that was shown on the footage. You know, and they never turned him on to the authority as well. So the thing is, I mean, like we were told that the father was like the father of the year who did the right thing, turned his son to the police and blah blah blah. But actually, that's not the story at all. I mean, like if what Candace is saying is true, then that's not the case at all. Now, on top of that, I just want to share with you guys this clip of the Kim Iverson show. She's interviewing Ryan Mehta, by the way. Anyway, let's just play it first.
Looking at that and they're saying, yeah, he's interesting. Another thing, I did hear from another source that his parents were in witness protection program. So that's really odd. That's really, someone inside of Utah told me that the parents had entered the witness protection program. That's very strange that they would do
Did you hear that the
Right. It's very strange.
FBI was putting pressure? Because so Redacted called me up. This was last Friday, and he said, "Hey man, I got this big story. I'm really sick. I don't know if I'm going to put it out." He goes, "Don't tell anybody before I put it out." But I'm getting contacted and telling from my sources inside that are saying that the FBI is getting ready to wrap a bow on this and close this investigation. And then like 3 days ago, Candace came out and said that the FBI was actually putting pressure on the Utah Sheriff's Department to close.
Okay, let's just pause because there's a lot to unload there. Like, first of all, this story has been not to say verified, but Candace has also said that she has heard that Tyler Robinson's parents is in witness protection. Ryan Mehta even confirmed that he has heard also that Tyler Robinson's parents is in witness protection. My question is, why are they in witness protection anyway? Like, who do they need protection from? I mean, like, I'm really puzzled here. Maybe I'm not aware of how things works. You know, maybe they are considered witness and they do need protection. But who wants to harm them? I mean, like, it just doesn't make any sense. And if what Candace is saying is true, that they never think that the guy in the footage is actually their son, and they never actually turn their son to the police, then why aren't they not speaking up? I mean, like, if it's my baby and he is on trial and there's a potential that he could be executed, you better believe that I will go on a media tour and tell that the FBI is lying. I mean, like, the FBI or the cops, I don't know who is it that made the claim, but I would make as much noise as possible. I mean, like, at the very least, I would have tweeted, right? I mean, like, if there's a chance that you could say that, no, there's so much holes in this case. And I never said that. I never said that my son was guilty. I never turned him on. I mean, like, I would have said that. Why are they keeping quiet? You know, who is it that wants them harm? I mean, like, these are valid questions. Anyway, let's continue. And also, Brian was just saying here that the FBI wants to wrap it up, and supposedly, oh, okay, let's just play first.
Was that investigation?
Wow.
Why?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it out, but I'm getting contacted and telling from my sources inside that are saying that the FBI is getting ready to wrap a bow on this and close this investigation. And then like 3 days ago, Candace came in and said that the FBI was actually putting pressure on the Utah Sheriff's Department to close that investigation.
Wow.
Why?
Yeah. Yeah. They want to just.
And the FBI, I don't know if you heard that police scatter report that came out, and the FBI was ordering at the local sheriffs not to interview any of the witnesses at the scene. So why is the FBI giving stand-down orders telling the local sheriff's department not to interview any of these witnesses when we heard a call come across the scanner saying, hey, there's a man in tactical gear and a face.
Okay, so that's a stand-down order? I mean, like, you're not supposed to interview any of the witness? There are probably thousands of witnesses out there, and they were told not to interview any of them? I mean, like, again, this is just what Ryan Mehta says. But, I mean, like, if it's true, then why is that happening? Like, there are so many holes in this investigation, and things are getting very, very fishy. Like I said, I don't believe that Tyler Robinson is the person on the roof. And I also don't believe that the person on the roof is the shooter to begin with. You know, what I'm worried right now is they probably gonna assassinate Tyler Robinson even before this case got I mean, like, even before we got the result for the trial. I think he is going to face the same fate as what we call, who is that guy? Lee Harvey Oswald. I hope not, but I think people better make as much noise as possible about this guy. I mean, like, I feel sorry for him. And also, Dad, where are you? Mom and Dad, where are you? Why aren't you speaking up? I find that to be very suspicious. I mean, like, Dad, if you are worried about your family, your other family getting targeted for speaking out, then I don't know, maybe you should send them out of their country as far as possible while they're out of the country and they are safe. You go out and do a media tour, right? If that's my baby, I would have done that. Why aren't you doing that? This is what I don't understand. So I'm pleading him. I mean, like, I truly feel like Tyler Robinson is innocent. So I'm pleading him, do not let your son become a patsy. Speak out, okay? Oh, but I believe that there is a gag order, so he probably cannot speak up right now. But you know, you have a couple of weeks to speak up before the gag order was issued by the court. You know, why don't you speak out at that time? And honestly, if I know my son is innocent and I know I didn't say any of the stuff that the authority is saying, that I said uh the guy in the footage is actually my son, and I was the one who turned him to the police. I mean, like, if I know the authority is lying, I would have speak up even if there is a gag order. Send me to jail. I mean, like, my son's life is a lot more worthy than the possibility of me going to jail, okay? I mean, like, that is what parents should do. They should risk their life to save their babies, right? They should protect their kids. Anyway, story about this patsy called George Zinn, patsy boy. I mean, like, after the Charlie Kirk shooting, right after that, he said, I shot him, now shoot me. I mean, like, and then the police later verified that he wasn't the shooter. He couldn't be the shooter, but he was somewhat trying to distract people, trying to distract authority from arresting the real shooter. I mean, like, who is this George Zinn, and why in the world would you say you shoot him when you didn't? And then this guy also later on, the police found um evidence of videos or pictures of him possessing videos and pictures of kids in a very how should I say this without getting strike on YouTube? Um, Provocative way, you know. They found pictures and videos of children in his phone. So like, who is this Judge Zane? I think people should really press more on him. And I'm surprised. Well, actually, I'm not surprised that, of course, the media just doesn't even bother looking at who he is. And this guy also have a history of supposedly, I believe, I could be wrong, I forgot, but I remember reading that he was supposedly at the site of 9/11, and he also previously made a fake bomb threat in Boston, I believe, or is it in Utah? I have to check back. But this guy is very fishy, you know. So who is this guy? Anyway, guys, that's all for today. I mean, like, there is so much more that I have to cover, but I don't think I can make it within one video. I probably have to make part 2, part 3, part 4. There's also some conspiracy flying around that Erica Kirk is probably a psyop, you know. People don't believe her, telling that she's fake, and I tend to believe the conspiracies. And then there's talk about Israel. Max Blumenthal did an article on Israel and how Charlie Kirk was turning against Israel. And supposedly there were people who were threatening him. I don't know. There's a lot more to cover on this issue. So I'm going to have to do part 2, part 3, or maybe even part 4. So if you like this video, stay tuned, subscribe, press like, and leave some comments. I'm open to any other ideas or suggestion on how to improve my channel. Okay, thank you so much. See you guys again.